So the whole world is basically bashing me right now because I'm the baby mama who was upset at her baby daddy because he only decided to give his child McDonald's and not the rest of my other 3 kids. I have 4 kids. You knew the situation when you dated me. Our child is the youngest child. So keep that in mind before y'all make me the villain. That means all my other kids knew him. He was buying the McDonald's when we were together. My kids have to go through a transition of our breakup as well. Like, yeah, me and you broke up, but my kids got to feel it too. So now my kids have to see only one of their siblings get McDonald's and not the rest of them. And they know it's coming from you because, of course, like me and you used to be together. They used to see you. You used to do it for them. But now you don't want to do that for them anymore. Like, to me, that's petty. That's petty. Like, it's not fair. Like, you're not finna give one child McDonald's and not all the other kids McDonald's. Like, I'm not going. And then on top of that, you mean to tell me you can dib and dab and want to do it sometimes, but yet you can't feed all my other kids McDonald's, though? That's what you mean to tell me? Like, I'm not going for that. I'm going to stand on what I said, and I don't care what everybody else have to say about it. Y'all could judge me. Oh, well, I could be the villain, but I said what I said. Like, if you can't bring everybody McDonald's, then can't nobody have McDonald's then. Period.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Salute, man. Cyber Supreme back in the building, man. That was the little snippet of the McDonald's baby mama, Miss Glaston from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Elise McGlaston. So everybody was having a nice little heated discussion and debate back and forth through the viral video of this young lady and her alleged baby father, one of her alleged baby fathers. Real video or not, I'm gonna let y'all decide whether it was real or was it a situation where it's just a clip. Check out her YouTube, check out her Instagram, check her out on Facebook. Definitely subscribe to her YouTube. She does great skits and stuff like that. A lot of baby mama, baby daddy skits with a young man that goes by the name it's Big Mike. It's Big Mike time. And a lot of people, was kind of like bashing her and stuff like that. She kind of kept it going with the last little thing she did with the little TikTok or whatever. But let's entertain the fact that if it was like real. A lot of y'all was getting real serious and having some real dialogue. Actually, matter of fact, man, y'all really need to thank her and support her and hit her Cash App alone. Not just for the sake of her 4 kids having McDonald's, just to support her. You know what I mean? Because, she got some good content, funny. And, she got little things going on with the bundles of hair and shit like that. I think it's called Bougie Made Bundles or something. Y'all support that, man. But, the thing is if this was a real baby mama, baby daddy situation, should he had bought all 3 of her kids plus his son, which she's a mother of 1. She has a son. I don't know where the other 3 came from all of a sudden, but anyway, if she had all 3 kids, should he have bought them McDonald's too? Let me say it like this, man. For one, I'm not for if kids are hungry and starving. I ain't for watching kids starve, point blank and period. No child, whether it's mine or not. You feel me? But the thing is that this is a situation where, where the baby daddy was not with or married to the baby mother. Now, allegedly, the way the story goes, she already had the other 3 kids before they had the 4th one, right? So, what tickles my fancy about this is maybe he couldn't afford the McDonald's if, maybe they should have split the McDonald's up 4 ways. If it's 4 little kids, split that shit up. Split the sandwich up and divide the fries and shit. You know how we used to do, you know what I'm saying, when you going through financial straits or whatever. Don't act like I'm the only one who has siblings and have financial straits or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Shit, sometimes in the dopes, you know what I'm saying, you gotta share a little bit when you're struggling, but you know what I'm saying, we stick together, we work it out. Maybe he couldn't afford all that McDonald money and shit no more, but he made sure that his son was eating. See, a lot of people gonna say like, well, yeah, that's true. And what about the other three fathers, or however many fathers it was for the other kids? What about the other child's fathers? You can't hold one father accountable because that was the last one you was with, and he was actually buying stuff before. And why y'all still boning if he not doing nothing for your kids? You act like he made y'all like still have sex here and there whenever y'all feel like you take two to tango, you know what I mean? Two to make the baby, so you know what I'm saying? Take two to continue the affair. And now all of a sudden you want to expose somebody. Really, really looks like you exposing yourself. You know? It would have made the skit look a little bit better if like she was a welfare mom with no hair, without her hair getting done and fresh nails and all that stuff. So you know that really, really raised the red flag with people talking about it then. You know what I mean? Then, the other point of view of it is, how can you hold one, father accountable for one, and two, why is it a factor to the point to where if no child eats, one child can't, if the other children can't eat, why the other child can't eat when he has food? You threw the child, that's the shit that pissed me off. You threw the baby McDonald's across the street. She plugged that shit like, get this shit out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. What if the child saw that? You don't want to expose that kind of behavior in front of your son, no matter what. And some people feel like if you teaching the child, if one can't have it, if one can have it, they all can have it, or nobody gets it at all, that's like teaching entitlement, if I, gotta, or don't have a certain thing, and I go to school and see a kid that do got it, I'm supposed to take it from you because we all ain't got it. And everywhere a child goes, they supposed to think because, okay then, now mom, I got to hold you accountable because this kid at school got to do this and do that. Why can't I have one too? Or if another kid gets an accolade or an award, should they be upset or jealous of his sibling because he got an accolade and an award that he couldn't get or didn't earn? You have to really be careful with how you raise, especially our kids in our community, how you raise them and what they think and their mentality and what you growing. You growing that kind of mentality and that kind of behavior. So you got to look deep into the situation before you start doing and saying all this stuff and try to put it all on one person or point the finger at one person. You know what I mean? And plus, at the end of the day, if a man chose not to obligate himself to nothing but his own, that is still his right and his choice. Because a woman is not looked upon to do such a thing or treat a child the same or whatever the case may be. Because that's never going to really happen. A lot of times. They can show that child a lot of love and welcome them as if they're their own. But at the end of the day, your own child that you bear is going to be more near and dear to you. That's just a fact. I mean, you got to keep it real with that. You know what I mean? I can't really see it. You nurturing, you can, but I'm saying like you can't do it as much as the one that you actually have hatched out. You feel me? You can care for children just like anybody. Like I said, I can care for children, but don't no child come before mine. You feel me? You can look at it that way too. But when you talk about something as petty as McDonald's, you're gonna find more skits and more jokes and to the motherfucker. Everybody gonna have an opinion. And then some people will have an opinion about the nutrition itself. I don't see people critique the fact that it was McDonald's. Well, what you feeding your kid McDonald's for? Why? My kid, I never feed children fucking McDonald's. Hey, man, to each his own. I'm not going to put my opinion on that. You eat McDonald's, you eat McDonald's. But anyway, I'm gonna go more in on the situation on my podcast. If you watch the Cyber Supreme podcast on Spotify, Apple, or Google, check me out, man. And I can go in, not like I can on YouTube because of all the different community guidelines and all that other weird shit they be doing now on YouTube. But I had to put it out there just for the sake of putting it out here and make some content about it. And I know a lot of y'all made a lot of content about this viral skit or video or reality. I'll leave that up to y'all, real or fake. What would you have done in that situation as a mother or as a father? How would you look at that particular situation? And you can leave your comments and your opinion, as you normally do. But what y'all think about that, man? To divide or not to divide? Is that calling division among siblings? Is it fair? Is it not fair? To feed or not to feed? That is the motherfucking question. All right, y'all, man. Peace and blessings. I'm out.